Hi Jakes.
Hi Leanne.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
We've obviously known each other for years, and I don't think I've ever been to one of your practices. And here
Never
we are
have.
in the
First
brand
time.
new Optimal.
Yes.
Thank you.
No, thank you
us.
for coming. Wearing, you're branded, look at that. Purple.
Yes. We noticed that purple was a bit of a thing.
Yes, a
Your
little thing.
previous practices,
Yeah.
and then in here.
Yeah.
And we noticed that every time we saw you, you wore a little bit of purple.
Yeah, there's always a splash somewhere.
Yeah. So a few weeks ago, when I knew I was coming, I was like, right, I'm going to wear purple.
There we
So
go.
I bought this
Well done.
suit.
I'm
and then
impressed.
last night you said dress code, smart
Yes.
casual, touch of purple, and I was like,
That's it.
just a touch, because I've gone all in.
You have gone all in, yes. Some people just come with a little pocket square.
Yeah, not
or,
Leanna.
or socks.
Yeah,
And
I've got purple socks as well, and my trainers are purple, but
Nice. And we find actually the patients over the years, they don't realise it when they've got appointments with me,
Really?
they end up sort of subconsciously coming with purple. So they sit in the chair and they go, you can't see them because they're like purple trousers, everything. So it's like, it works subtly
yeah.
over time.
What is the reason for purple? You
Purple
just
is
like it?
I like it. It's a regal colour. It's one of the, well, it was one of the hardest colours to match at all. So it was the most expensive colour. So I thought,
Right.
okay, aspirational, which is great.
Yeah.
And then also when I started in dentistry a few years ago,
Yeah.
everything was blue and green. Everything in
Yes.
dentistry was blue and green.
Yeah.
And I just thought, I want something different. And then AJEC had a purple chair, but when I ordered it, they said no one's ever ordered this before. So now it's a really popular colour.
Yeah, you
But it
started
wasn't.
that trend.
Started the purple trend, so it's quite nice. Everything is purple in my house. I've got a purple car. It's like, yeah, so, yeah. Whole story to that. That'll be another hour, so we won't go back that.
So let's talk about Private Dentistry Awards.
Really, very exciting.
Very exciting.
Yes.
I have worked with you for years now
Yes.
within the Private Dentistry Awards.
Yeah.
But 2025, year of new beginnings.
Big, big, big.
And you are the new Private Dentistry Awards chairman.
Yes, very excited to fit into David Houston's shoes.
Yes.
I've watched David on the stage for 20 years,
Yes.
various kilts.
Very skilled. None of them purple, I don't
No,
think.
no. First thing is, I will not be wearing a kilt, just in case you've thought.
That's
No
we
kilts.
asked the feedback from the attendees, and they
They
just
all want a
want
kilt.
kilts.
No, so it'd be very different. But David's done an amazing job over the last 20 years. It's such a credible award system, and actually every year it gets better and better. I've been judging it for 7 years, I think now. And every year the competitions get better and better. It's more people enter it, and also it just raises the bar for everyone. I mean, we see now young dentists who do stuff they've been qualified 2 or 3 years, and they've done more than I've done in 20 years. It's like, wow, giving back to the community, doing loads of stuff. Photography's got so much better. I remember when we first did the awards, it was like A4 sheets of paper.
Yes.
People just scribble things up,
Yeah.
and if you're lucky, if you got different color ink, that was like exciting.
Yeah.
Now it's all digital. People spend a lot of money putting them together, and the bar is set so much higher to win, especially sort of Young Dentist Award and Best Practice. It's like
Yes.
incredible.
Yeah.
So, and I've been fascinated to see the journey and see the frustrations from an entry point of view, because I've entered awards and won awards and not won awards, and knowing how it works.
Yeah.
And then also being a judge to see actually, why do I judge? What do I get out of it? And then how can I give it back to the community and dentistry? And I think they're amazing. I mean, there's some haters out there in social media say, oh, I don't think this is good. However, if they actually entered and saw the process and saw the effort the judges go into, amazing. So I'm really excited to doing it. We're trying to streamline the process even better, make it more transparent, and also do a judge's charter, because I actually think it should be an honor being a judge. We have to get to a certain level in our careers to get to be offered that, and actually to see how we can make it as transparent as possible, and make it win-win for everyone, because it's obviously a commercial enterprise. We need to make sure it breaks even, but we also need to keep the sponsors happy. But we also want to have a great night on the night for the whole team, which is always amazing. I mean, there's 1,000 people going to it. It's like, wow. So that's really incredible. But also, I've noticed every time I look at actually entries getting better and better, and people are giving back to the community a bit more. They're doing a bit more charity stuff, which is brilliant, but they're also looking at how they can do better patient care. It's all about the patient really, and the patient journey, which I love that.
And I think that, you know, whether you win or not, people entering use that as a benchmark. Anyway, it's interesting for them to put that together, pulled out theed best work or thought about it throughout the process, and then see actually who did win if they didn't win. But that's what the awards are all about. It's recognising and rewarding the right people, right practices. So let's talk about the judging process. How does that work for someone who doesn't know?
Okay, so people first of all enter, and hopefully you read the criteria, because that's the first thing, because people do not read them. The word count and also the format. As a judge, one of the worst things we can get is 35 different entries, PDF, Word, video, everything, and like trying to put it together. So ideally one document, read the criteria, enter the right awards. If you're doing Private Dentistry Awards, make sure it's Private Dentistry Awards. So they send the entry by the deadline. And then what happens is it goes then through to FMC, and you all screen all the entries to make sure it's in the right category, they've filled all the right bits in, and it works. That's the first thing. And then depending on the number, we then shortlist it, and then it goes out to the judging. And the judges are all, first of all, independent. We all look at all the different things and make sure that we don't have any conflicts. That's the big thing. We all do different things in our life. Some people work for certain different companies and do other things. So first of all, is there a conflict? Is there somebody that you've worked for before as an associate, things like that? Because we're going to know a lot of the people entering. So it's really just to make sure there's no conflict. We're also prepared.
There are, but it's about saying that and then allowing the chairman and the team to work out how that can work, or if you have to step away.
And sometimes we say, well, actually, I know that laboratory and I can't really judge that. We try and also pair people up. So usually it's one clinician and one non-clinician, or it could be one dentist and one hygienist. We try and mix it up a little bit so it's different. And every year it's a different pair. I don't think I've ever worked with the same person before. It's fascinating how we all look at it all, but the fact that we're paired up and we then independently are sent our awards by a secure way online, and then we actually get a 2-week window to look at that entry, and we have certain criteria. So every single thing is marked and it's graded out of 10, and we grade every single thing. So it might be answering the questions, it might be how good the entry is and the presentation. It all might be evidence, things like that. So the different categories, we mark everything out. So we've got a marking sheet that we're all the same. So everyone marks on the same thing. I would then independently mark from my partner, and then we would then meet together, usually at FMC, and then we sit down and we then spend the whole afternoon going through the entries and going through our scores and saying, okay, this practice I think has got 56, and this one, and we say, oh, I think I actually got 56, 57, be different, and we look and see what we do. I think this one is a winner, this one's a highly commended, and we debate it between us and say, well, actually, I thought they did really well on marketing. Actually, I didn't think they did so well on marketing. This is it. And then we look through that entry, so together, and then it's a unanimous decision between the judging pair. If they're not sure, or they get to a bit where they go, actually, it's between one of these two, then they come to me as the head judge to say, what do you think? And I would then debate it with them, and we come up with a decision that we all are happy with. So, and the winners are genuine winners that we are happy with, that have met all the criteria and are trying to raise the bar in dentistry, because that's what we're trying to do. And the other thing is, it's got to be evidence that's within the last 18 months or so. They may have done amazing patient care 10 years ago, but they're not doing it anymore. So we want recent evidence, and we want as much different types as possible. Some people do video and things like that. So, and then we all sit down together once we've got that to look at, okay, these are the ones that won all the categories, and they get shortlisted and into practice of the year, the big one. The big one. And then we vote on that as well. And then depending on the score, if it's an obvious winner, that's it. If it is tied between two, I then make the final decision on the winner.
People don't realise quite how, I mean, the judging process in a single category is hard enough, because you know, we get so many entries nowadays that the top quality, there's so many of them. You know, it's not just one or two, there's so many. So choosing a winner from each category is tough, and we can hear the debates happening. that then those top entrants, those top categories of entries, if they're put forward into Practice of the Year,
they get redebated.
They're all great entries and all great practices are individuals, and then it's really hard.
It's really tough, and also it might be that I've judged one, maybe Young Dentist Award Scotland, and I've judged Best Team London or something like that, but I might have not seen the Practice of the Year award. So once we've got to the shortlist, then we all sit down together and go through as a pair, first of all, where we think they are and grade them, and then we all sit down as a team. So it's a team effort. We try and spread it amongst everyone so everyone doesn't have too much load, because there's thousands of entries, which is crazy. We give everyone a short deadline, and actually debating that was quite fun, because we're like, okay, well, I like this, I didn't see that, I didn't know, because everyone has a different sort of perspective on things. But we have strict criteria to make sure where we score things are, so we know. And then at the end we thought, okay, this is clearly the winner. And then we're very quiet. We're sworn to secrecy, because usually it's a few months from when we're judging to the final night. So, and then we only know who won on our category. So if somebody comes up and they didn't judge it, we're not going to tell you anyway. But we don't know until afterwards. And then we're very happy if people are not sure, to give them some constructive feedback of, okay, this is where your entry could be stronger. Because some people win every year, some people will never win. What we're aiming is that the whole bar gets better and better. So every year, the whole idea we're doing this is to basically the patient experience to be better and better and better. The team, they grow through it, because they start, maybe they're a nurse who's doing it, and then they become a treatment coordinator, practice manager, and we encourage them to enter, because it's all about the team as well. It looks great on your CV if you've got, I've won Team of the Year, when you're looking to change jobs or anything else like that. And it's really good for marketing for the practice as well, because patients want to be at a forefront practice that is trying to push and to give back to the community, and they love all that. So I think that really helps. And I found when I was entering, the entries, you look at the criteria and go, actually, I do quite a lot in community, but we haven't done anything in the last year. What should we do more? Should we do this? What should we do more on this? And then equipment-wise, you take photos of everything and you go, actually, I think I need a CBCT scanner, I need this and that. So actually, it's great for the industry, because more people buy CBT machines. People look at it from a different way, because when you're in that room all day, every day, treating patients, you don't look at the holistic thing, the whole thing, at the patient journey. And actually, wow, that's really good. And we, as judges, we learn really great things. You say, oh, wow, that person's doing that. That's a really good thing. How did that work? That's really good. How can I integrate that into my practice? So actually, it raises the bar from everybody, the patients, the team, the practices, and also the industry as well. So I think it's a win-win, really.
Why do you think they are important for the industry, important for practices to enter?
So the actual industry itself, I think one, that we buy more kit, which is always good, because we're trying to keep up with what patient demand is, and actually they want 3D scanning, 3D printing, things like that. So we're investing in the patient journey as well. I think it's also good for dental practices and sort of the PR for dentistry generally, to say, look, we're giving back. Look at the stuff this practice did in Scotland about going with team care, or look what this practice did in Preston about giving back to the community or something, and pro bono treatment and things like that. So I think it's really great to show that we're all human. We all care about our patients. We care about our team. We're trying to develop them and take them to the next level. And also we're trying to give back as well. So I think the industry is great, and we can highlight certain products and procedures and different things we're all learning about. And then also it's all about the patient stories, because a lot of them, it's evidence, it's testimonials. Google reviews, it's video now, it's talking about things on TikTok, all the different things that platforms people share on. But it's great, because it's all about dentistry. It's all about the patient stories and the journeys, and also making everyone more confident and healthier. So it's all that through dentistry. So I mean, we're lucky to do all this.
Yeah, that's it. And there's a lot of learning to take from it as well, as judges, but also for fellow entrants to see actually what else is happening in the dental world. and take that, and like you say, you see things that then you think, I need to incorporate that into my practice. I want to be doing that. And so ultimately that's helping patients.
It works really well. I mean, for younger dentists as well, it helps build their brand. Because they start off and say, okay, I need to have a website, I need to do this, I need to do this. Okay, what am I giving back? Let's do the before and afters, let's learn about photography. So it actually helps them raise the bar, and then if they move practices or set their own practice up, they've actually got a portfolio they're building, because entering awards made them sit down, get the cases together, get the entry together, and then try and make it as rounded as possible. So it's a win-win for everyone.
And so finally, what do you see as the future of the Private Dentistry Awards?
Private Dentistry Awards. So I think I'm hoping that the number of entries will keep increasing. So I'm expecting, my KPIs are 20% more people entering the awards. On time, please. That's quite handy. The next one is I want people to actually read the criteria, so it makes it much easier for us judges to go through them all. I think there's going to be way more video. We're seeing more and more video now in entries, but also video testimonials and video things, and actually reaching out. And I want people to reach out to the wider community, because I think there's so much things that we can do in the community. So I'd like that to happen more, encouraging people to enter and start looking at it. And I much prefer you to enter 3 or 4 times and not quite get there, and then realize, actually, now I know what I'm doing, this is what I want to do, and go forward and get it. The night is great, and also the networking on the night is brilliant. Whether you're a judge or an entry or whatever, and even if you haven't entered, it's just your practice, because there's so much positivity. Great music, food's always good, dancing's great, and just the people, we've got great photos, it's good for your social media, your promotion, all the rest of it, but actually just a nice feeling. And then you go up to the winner and go, okay, what do you do? Because people don't see the whole entry, only the judges see them, and we only see a small category of entries. So actually showcasing the winning practices a little bit more. I'm hoping we're going to get some video practices so people can actually see what is involved in it and how much effort and how much it took to choose the paint color and choose this and do that. There's so much to it, and you don't see that. You see a little snapshot. So I think that's brilliant.
Well, look, we are very excited and so honoured to have you as chairman of the awards. So thank you very much. And we're really looking forward to the rest of the year and working with you.
Thank you for inviting me.